explain that mobility is scarce in this project. Anyway, that's just by the way. My name is again Ajiramtulai Hedrasanya, Operations Director Giraffe. Giraffe is the agricultural inclusive and resilient agricultural value chain project. I will give an overview of the project because it's just started. Whether I will dwell into how it starts and when and the effectiveness date.
It just started.
Yes. It is to support the value chain development and to move from subsistence to more market-oriented agriculture. World Bank financing through the IDA funds. It is a $40 million 5-year project.
What's the name of the project?
Giraffe.
GIRAV. G for Gambia, I for inclusive, R for resilient, agriculture value chain development. Agriculture value chain development project, yes. Permission?
Yeah.
The project has been submitted and approved by the World Bank on the 24th of November 2021. The project is signed in the Gambia here by the Minister of Finance on the 8th of February 2022. Effective date was declared on the 15th of March 2022. The targeted project value chain areas are rice to substitute for the increasing import, horticulture, cashew, poultry, and maize. Maize also to be able to provide the poultry farmers with poultry feed, which is a bigger challenge in this country. The project geographical targeted area are all the 7 agricultural regional directories. That is West Coast Region, Urban Agriculture, which includes the PMC and the BCT, North Bank Region, Lower River Region, Central River, North and South. The project development objectives is to promote the development of inclusive, resilient, and competitive agriculture value chain, focusing on smallholder farmers and agribusiness in the project targeted areas. The project has 4 components. Component 1 is to improve the business environment for commercial agriculture development. It also has 3 subcomponents. Subcomponent 1.1 would be to strengthen the capacity of key organizations and improve the value chain coordination and partnership. Subcomponent 1.2 would be to develop the critical marketing infrastructures. Subcomponent 1.3 would be to strengthen the quality and sanitary phytosanitary control systems in the country and the project intervention areas. Subcomponent 1.4 would be to improve the rural capacity connectivity. Subcomponent 2 would be to build a productive and climate resilient agri-food systems in the country with a cost attached. All the projects are cost attached. Maybe I should break it down or just give the overall term.
No, you got to submit this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now we'll submit it. All right. Subcomponent 2.1 would be promoting modern irrigation in women and youth-led agribusiness farms. That is to change a shift a little from the communal gardens usually to a more commercial agricultural gardens. That's why we call them women and youth-led farms. The subcomponent 2.2 would be to increase access technology innovation and advisory services. Subcomponent 3 would be mobilizing productive private investment along the value chain listed above. 1.3.1 would be to build the operating capacity of partners, financial institutions, co-funding productive investment to leverage private capital mobilization, which would be done in 2 windows, window 1 and window 2, that is the merchant grant. The detail of the window 1 would be, it would be targeting small investment by individuals or groups of producers, traders, processors, and service providers. The total of the in total, the window one will provide matching grant of up to 80%, and then the beneficiary would top up the 20%. The 20% can be of the cost can be in cash, either with the beneficiary or obtain a bank loan, commercial loan, which is acceptable. Widows two will target a larger investment by agribusinesses, that is the SMEs, all along the priority value chain listed above, particularly SMEs involved in processing and marketing high value and high quality products for domestic and export markets. In order was to encourage export markets for the country, as alluded to by the project coordinator in his presentation, Central Project Coordinator in his presentation. Subcomponent 3.3 is a technical assistance to smallholder and SME promoters of productive investment projects. And then you have the component 4, which would be the project coordination, monitoring, and knowledge management. The project would be targeting 50,000 direct beneficiaries and other things. Now, that said and done, we have from inception and from effectiveness, that is after this effectiveness, the project has achieved component 2.3. We have done rigorous sensitization on the matching grant, both countrywide, and currently we are doing the district level sensitization in all these agricultural regional directorates, that including the KMC and BCC. And we also have also sensitized or inaugurated the matching grant scheme committee, because in giving out the matching grant, there will be a committee that will be responsible for it, because the matching grant is going to be highly competitive. So therefore, it should be an independent committee that will sit over it to go through and validate all the applicants or proposals, what have you, for who would be applying. In addition to that, the project would recruit a firm or a consultant who would assist these people in the business plan writing, proper business plan writing, and also to help them into taking care of the businesses so that failures will not come and we can have sustainability. The project's achievement continues. During the inaugural workshop of this matching grant scheme, the awareness was raised for SMEs from 12th of May. One was done at Baobab, the other one for the committee was done at the office level, where the Community of Agriculture is aware, and all our key partners are also aware, and they were all in attendance. Over 30 SMEs were targeted, engaged during this sensitization, and then they were all went home happily because they have all the information they looked for, and GRPS has covered this sensitization, and also the small community radios have also taken part to take some shots and then play it in the radios for the rest of the communities that cannot attend the workshop to know something about it. And during the regional sensitizations also, we were using the community radios, and phone-in program was allowed. So a lot of the outreach has gone beyond even our expectations. Due to the number of calls and the number of interruptions we are currently having, even before the kickstart of the matching grant, which is expected to be in either late next month or early September, inshallah. The project has done a lot, some key procurement. We have also achieved a lot in the procurement update area, where the feasibility study, development, and design of the agri-logistics centers, which is supposed to be in Parapene and Waso, has progressed very far now. and the procurement plan has been cleared by the bank. So that means we are just in the process of completing that. The project from last month has also done the procurement of 50 metric tons and 200 metric tons of certified seed, maize, and rice respectively, which have been delivered fully and then distributed to all the beneficiaries. The targeted beneficiary for these seeds would be 12,500, but as it may be beyond that because the project target was like 1 hectare, one hectare per person. And with the extension workers and the level of the fields for our beneficiaries is less than a hectare, so it can be more than that. Data are being collected and collated, and then the reports will be generated, and maybe our next meeting we can tell you so far what we have on that line. The project is targeting also the system of rice intensification, that is to do your system of rice intensification is a methodology of rice production that would increase the yields from the conventional to triple or 4 times what we are having now. And by that, we feel the beneficiary would also have what they can for the house consumption and also for commercial basis. Much more if we have it in the The maize that have also been given, although there is a big challenge of the long dry spells, 2 long dry spells that happen, but so far the information we are getting from the field level is like some of the fields are doing very well. And hopefully, if the Almighty Allah is with us and the harvest is done properly, and it will increase the yields of those ones as well. And again, it can also take care of the feed problems we have in this country regarding the poultry feed, because the project is interacting with some of the poultry feed producers in the country, and we can link the maize growers to these business entities, whereby they can buy from them directly. Maybe the project director would go. Well, okay, anyway, the project can have whatever to add to it. But that is what is in the pipeline, and we hope it will happen. You said something?
I said he's sad.
No, we agreed that.
No, we agreed with you. You even said you can.
Yes.
What I said is that you were part of this one, and he was resting. I said he's tired.
Oh, time. He
I
said
thought it's the time. Okay. Then yes, these the other issues are that we have partnership with about 12 implementing partners in the country. To name a few is the Department of Agriculture, the National Research Institution, yes, GAIBA, GCCI, FSQA, Food Control, and Standard Bureau is part of it. The NSS, that is the National Seed Secretariat, because when you deal with seeds, you are buying seeds like my former coordinator was presenting. We don't have to buy grain to give to farmers, but then we need to give them certified seeds. And that by that one, it's only in the country, the institution in the country is NSS to ascertain that we have certified seed. And that is also going to help the beneficiary and the country's economy, because now with the NSS around, we don't have to send millions away to buy seeds, but we can buy the certified seeds in the country and the millions would stay. For instance, this year we bought out of the 200 metric tons of rice, all the 180 metric tons were bought in this country, but from the seed growers of the country, which was certified by NSS. It's only the maize seeds that we bought from outside, and that's also some region not very far from us. That is because the seeds, the varieties of seeds we wanted to produce, well, to procure was not enough in the country. That's just certified. That's why we have to buy it from outside. Anytime we were buying seeds and we have enough in the country, we will buy in the country instead of going out. The fiduciary, I don't have to say a lot on that. Starting from officially March to now, we spent 5.1 5.1% of our fund. That is disaggregated by IDA 5.8 and government contribution 3.6. Okay, the project components I have already mentioned. This is because I have two documents I'm presenting to you. One is a PowerPoint, the other is a Word document. And then this is validated, prepared. The instrument was prepared and it was validated. And the resettlement policy framework was also validated, prepared and validated. Now it does that. The bank has cleared it. The environment and social commitment plan is also in place, validated. The labor management plan procedure is also validated, in place. The stakeholder engagement is also in place, and the CSF action plan is also done and validated. The challenges, constraints.
Yes.
I leave that for now.
Yes.
Well, one of the biggest constraints in projects, the seats we have distributed so far are digital. We have bought some 100 tablets for the extension workers, and they are using it in the field. The digital specialists try to put it in a way that all the entries will be fine, but then the challenge would be now when submitting this whatever work you do, because it has to be submitted for analysis so that we know how the thing is doing in the fields. But they are telling us that some of the extension workers that are using it is saying the final analyzed data, the digitalization of the registration up to now. But that aside, we want to just digitalize all what we are doing with our other implementing partners like the CCCI, like the GAIPers, and even the NSS where we have the seed growers, because we want the project would be digitalized, and even if they're with agriculture now that the agriculture is also involved in it, would also be digitalized.
And also, this digitalization, are you targeting your extension workers and your implementing partners so the farmers are beneficiaries?
It would be the extension workers now, but the end product is the farmer beneficiaries, because the extension worker cannot have the gadget in her hand and not doing anything. You have to go to the farmer's level to register the farmer, what you have given the farmer, because you will be asking the farmer some questions that will be inputting in this system that is coming to the office level for analysis. So the farmer, you will have to go to this field, not only to the house to register her, but also to the field so that you can take the GPS coordinate of the field. It's also a kind of a control on extension workers as well.
Now, just looking at the level of education of farmers, whether they able to use that facility very well. Still, extension workers should be there to guide them.
Yeah, for the first time they can guide them, but you'll be surprised that some of these farmers are, because other projects are also into it, and they are even doing the market data information dissemination and extraction. So the farmers themselves, these beneficiaries, would be in the markets and know what is happening in the Sweet Namaba market or anywhere. And those, when they are doing that, they are not being assisted by any extension worker. They can do it on their own. Some are even using their mobile phones, smartphones. The other one I may have Australia is well, that would be is nature and environment, because of erratic rainfall and also the long dry spell. You buy your seeds for so much money that is meant for Gambians. You give it to a farmer. He do a production on a whole hectare field, sow the seeds, as expensive as it is, and germination becomes a problem because there is no water, clean water. So that is something also that it's a challenge, but it's nature. Yes, controlling it would be difficult, but nonetheless, we have with the solution we have here is for the extension agents or extension service providers to guide these farmers who have not sown and they have the seed in their hands, keep it in a way that the viability would not be lost. That is the storage or safekeeping of the seeds. And then the responsibility of that would be the extension service providers, and the process is ongoing. We're doing that with them. Thank you very much for.
Thank you very much,
taking the time
Madam
and-
Sanyam, for that explicit and brief presentation. Definitely, you are brief. And we know the project is new. It's just starting in this 2022. So that's why we don't have much activities to listen. Thank you so much. Yes, you can go ahead, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable members. For me, I'll just introduce and then my MLA will give you the detail of the achievement of the project. Hence, the project is about 2.5 years old, getting to 3. We have already conducted a midterm review.
When is the project started?
The project has started in 2019 November and up to date. The project it's Rice Value Chain Transformation Project. It's a 5 years project financed by African Development Bank at tune of 7 million.
Chair, just a point of observation. If you can introduce the name of the project to us.
That's Rice Value Chain Transformation Project. You just said it.
Okay. Rice Value Chain Transformation Project.
RBCTP.
Almost that's why he's saying that it's similar with this project. This one is regional. Yes.
This one is regional Rice Value Chain
Development project.
Development Project.
And this is Rice Value Chain Development. That was the project.
Yeah. It's supposed to be 2 projects.
Yeah, sure.
So to add value to right production.
Correct.
Because we are into the different aspect of this. These are the hardware we will develop the land and we will then cultivate. So they are the hardware and we are the software. So it's what
And the youngers are still hungry.
You are right.
they are
All
not.
this rice project.
Anyway, they are my neighbors. I don't want to talk about them.
Hold on, please.
It's 5, as I said, it's 5 years project and it's 7.7 million US dollar financed by African Development Bank. I will allow my M&E to give you the detail of the implementation status and the challenges. Yeah, Mr. Simon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the House. I am Bakari, specialist for the Rice Value Chain Transformation Project. On behalf of the project director, I will skip through the project achievements and then the presentation will look at the biodata of the project, the project status, physical and financial performance. We have gone far. The aim of the project is to contribute to food and nutrition security and enhance economic growth by reducing rice importation into the Gambia. The project objective is improve income, rural livelihood, food and nutrition security, and contribute to Central Project Coordinating Unit. Their project PIU is station headquarter office at Sapo and satellite office at Wali Complex, Monkey Park. Preparation and appraisal of the project is done in March to September. Negotiation in November 2018. Board approval was given in December 2018. At the project launch and implementation started in 18 November 2019, and the launching was done to kickstart the project implementation But doing this, we want to get the seed right. And then these are the areas we first want to start. One is asking, what is the difference between the hardware and the software? For the hardware, they are to develop the lands. We are to provide the inputs. So we are at different levels in terms of the value chain of rice production. Under the Technology for African Agricultural Transformation, which is spearheaded by the African Development, and then the technical lead being the Africa Rice, we were able, and then I will try to give you what do we intend to do at the beginning of the project and how far have we gone as we speak today. For that of the project, we have to work with Africa Rice. 11, which is 110% performance. Total number of farmers provided with seed and fertilizer. This is a project that wants to get to 10,000 beneficiaries in terms of seed support and fertilizer. We will buy seed. In fact, we were to import seed from outside of the Gambia under the TAA component with Africa Rice, but based on the negotiation of the project implementing unit and the Ministry of Agriculture, we decide to produce the seed within the country. So the level of seed that is given to the farmers is certified seed, but we deal with foundation, which is handled by research, breeder handled by Research Foundation, handled by National Seed Secretariat, and the certified seed being produced by seed growers. There are specific communities who are registered cooperatives, and they produce seed, and then we supply it to the beneficiaries. These are the smallholder farmers. 10,000 beneficiaries are to be reached with this package. As we speak, we have 12,330, which is a 123% performance. Total quantity of input provided to beneficiary farmers. This is input in terms of seed and fertilizer. We, at project appraisal, we were looking at 2,416 metric tons. As we speak, we have provided 1,144, and that is 47.4% performance against the target. For certified seed, that is quantity of certified seed provided to farmers. Target at appraisal is 215, and we are at 783 metric ton, which is 364% performance. I will explain this. In 2020-2021 cropping season, the government, through the Ministry of Ministry of Agriculture, have written to the African Development Bank, requesting for support in terms of seed, because the land area mapped out for production in terms of rice throughout the country is 17,500 hectares. So the ministry was requesting 900 metric tons from African Development Bank to support the seed requirement. But this is still under the, as the PC mentioned, under the CIPRISA, which is a national document with a commitment to provide 1,500 metric tons of seed, rice seed, certified rice seed to Gambian farmers on annual basis in order for us to boost the production and the productivity. So under that initiative, the project, Rice Value Chain Transformation Project, was being tasked to actually procure this seed outside. And then the team negotiated with the ministry through the CPCU and engaged the National Seed Secretariat, who went out to sensitize communities that are registered seed growers. And initially, we first started with one community, Welingara Kejap, and later it becomes 5 communities. And currently, we are dealing with 5 communities with 1 private farmer to provide the needed 900 metric tons. Out of that 457, I will give you that when I get to the certified seed under the different categories. So this is the reason why we outperformed this particular indicator to that level. One will ask, is it that at appraisal, proper design was not in place? That's why you outperformed this at 364%. Quantity of input fertilizer, we were to provide 2,201 metric tons. As it stands, 730 metric tons has been provided. That is 33.2%. Number of farmers provided with seed and fertilizer, with whom 30% of them should be women and youth. 30% on annual basis, the input distribution, we should reach 30% of our beneficiaries should be women and youth. We have reached 47.7 this year. Last year we reached 41, but this year the women farmers that are rich is at 47.7, which is 159% of the annual target of 30% women farmers and youths to be reached. Under the same component, production and productivity, we were to bring in 500 metric tons of breeder seed. Currently, we have 200 metric tons against the 500 metric tons. The reason being that I will give that at MTR, we actually been advised to look at the rice that we are providing. A senior colleague mentioned that we are providing climate smart varieties. The project Rice Value Chain Transformation Project is promoting 2 varieties, Orilox 6 and Nerica L19 Sub 1. These are new varieties that are being introduced by the project. Orilox 6 is a short duration variety, knowing the rain pattern and the water situations in the irrigated perimeters. And Orilox 6 is a deep flooded variety which can withstand flood for nearly 2 weeks when it is submerged. So these distinct characteristics make us the project to promote them in order for the farmers to do a 2-cycle production without having problems. So we decide that Orilox 6 will be done in the dry season, and Nerica L19 Sub 1, which is a deep flooded, as the irrigated perimeters are flood prone, we would normally do it in the rainy season. So we added 2 extra varieties, or 3, at midterm, which is Sahel 134, Sahel 177, and Sahel 210. This is why this particular indicator, we do not have 100% because we have other added materials. That is the 3 different varieties that we brought in. It will interest you to know that at midterm, we outperformed the certified seed production because initially we were to provide 7.5 metric ton of foundation seed, and then but based on what I told you, we are at 554 metric tons, which is close to 280%. And then currently, as we speak, the 411 metric produced by the Maru Farm, which is a private. The project have provided these 4 different youth service centers, and we did not stop there. We worked with the NEDI, Gene Gambia, and then the SDO, the Social Development, as part of the project, have engaged other partners. We have done a national convergence, a youth dialogue in making sure that youth are being attracted to agriculture. And then these 4 youth service centers were being established. And then the owner will have a go and negotiate for him or the company to have access to land, to be able to also provide raw material for the mill. This was not possible. We engaged the NFF, that is the facility owners, the 3 companies that own it actually, but it was very, very difficult. And then and see how to provide an owner for the mill. So we have actually done some. We procured 11 combined harvesters. At appraisal, we were to buy threshing machines. Threshing machines, these are like you push them and then you go to the field and they thresh the rice. It's very difficult with tarpaulins. But when we looked at that and then the Why? Because the remaining 40, we decide to also via that fund to other lines during midterm. 44, which is 100%. And then in this, we actually target to train youths within the project regions who can provide services to the youth service centers. It's like a pool of skillful youths are trained on the operations of investors. You can go and hire. If you misbehave, they can easily fire you and hire another person. So there is a pool of skillful youths that are there for the youth service centers to go and also source the services of the operators. We were tasked at appraisal to bring in at least four these new materials that we are promoting, the new 2 rice varieties, but only 15 have so far been trained. This is as a result of the Department of Agriculture's way of operation, and we want to pick up on that.
Mr. Sanya, is this training national?
Rices that we will actually say they fit for human consumption. So the project have successfully developed a rice grain standard and rice specification standards. These are completed, gazetted, I think brought here. It's been approved, and then now it's at the level of FSQA for them to some of the things that we highlighted in the environmental and social management plan. The project have appointed or put in place 3 regional coordinators. You cannot go to every community, stand there and talk to them about it, because it has different layers. And then we cannot just openly go to a radio station and talk about our project because the number of listener groups might not be there. So we intend to come up with